It's day 5, baby. We're at Atlanta. There's the guys, and you might wonder what's making so much noise. It is a massive, weird fountainy thing, a dome fountain. So it's just always on, and then there's some water dripping down the walls there just for ambience. And we walk into obviously all the Christmas decorations, and then the big long Starbucks queue there that we're a bit too late to get a coffee today. So I'll have to find around where I finish early and do that instead. So yeah, I'm going to see what breakfast thing they've got. And we're already signed in, so we're 8 North South in section H. So yeah, bad news, I've still got a cough. It's very chesty at the moment. My nose has stopped running, it's starting to unblock, but the other bad news is Gizzy started to come down with something, so let's just hope today goes smooth. The carryover today is almost negligible in terms of the final session. So in terms of winning the event, today is just about making it through to day 2. And then day 2 is where your carryover starts to matter. Obviously doing well today makes it easy to qualify for day 2, so is what it is, isn't it? We have some sort of bacon and cheese wrap for breakfast. I'm going to have one of them in a second when I've got 2 hands free. Yeah, so Filthy is also in the blue ribbon pairs. Dan is doing a one-day Swiss teams with a guy called Josh, who we hadn't met before yesterday, so good luck to them. There are a few teams still left in the solo-A with British interest in, but I think our Discord lot are all out now. I think Nikolai's out too. So yeah, it is. But I'm enjoying it so far, and just another look at this stunning view. One day it'd be nice to stay in one of those rooms. You're up on the top floor, and every morning you walk to the balcony, have a look down, and just see all the bridge players milling around. It'd be really nice. Yeah, so I'm gonna grab me one of these bacon things. I'm gonna eat that, and then we're gonna get ready for some bridge. So I've got to be a bit quiet here because I've just played a board, and that's usually where I record, so I've got to walk a long way, or I could just do it here. So you pick up the following hand. You are void, singleton, ace, queen, jack, 9 to 7, king 10, 9, 8 to 4, so 5. So you're thinking of all the different ways you can show both minors, and you're favourable. Oh, this is going to be a good board. And they open 1 club on your right. I have no idea what the right thing to do on this board is. I just don't know whether I'm going to be able to introduce clubs later. I don't know whether partner's going to have values or whatever. But we're favourable, and at match points, make them make the final guess, and make them make the final guess as soon as they can. So I just bid 5 diamonds. I don't know if it's right or not, and this goes double. And then Gizzy thought and passed. I'm like, what can that mean? And then I'm like, oh, he's thinking of readably. Right, I'm in a good spot here. This gets passed out, and they lead a small club, and dummy goes down with what you can see. You can see dummy's huge now. They haven't led a heart, which is the lead you need to beat it. I think a small diamond might do it as well. I don't know, but they led a club, and so obviously that could be short anyway. It could be a singleton or something, but it was fairly easy now. I just rise with ace of clubs and play the ace of spades, throwing a heart away, and now I'm only going to lose the king of diamonds and queen of clubs. I need to consider the best line for 12 tricks. Well, if clubs are 4-2, I should be able to rough the clubs out, or if I play the jack of clubs and he covers and the clubs it isn't going to get roughed, I've got a chance on it, haven't I? So I played the jack of clubs. He thought for a while and correctly ducked, and I ran it and it got roughed. But now he's got the king X of diamonds left. He can't attack diamonds without giving up his diamond trick. So I'm now able to aim to rough 2 clubs in dummy, or 1 club in dummy. So I win. I rough the heart return and play a club towards dummy, and he roughed him with the king to try and stop me roughing more. But that's all over now. I only need 1 more rough. I can win the diamond, rough with a 10 of diamonds, and my hand's high. So that felt a pretty good board. I think our opponents were quite good there, and they were a bit irate at conceding 550, but one of these decisions I could overcall one diamond and then so many diamonds and then bid 5 diamonds, but they might now know not to double, they might now know to save in 5 hearts or something, so I don't know what the right bid to do is. I made a bid that worked, so this was a hand from the first set. I ended up playing in 3 and a trump, so you can see the auction in the top. I opened 1 no trump, which is 14-16. Partner bids Stayman. I show my 4 hearts, and partner bids 3 hands, so this is promising 4 spades. So the defence knows I have at least 4 hearts. Partner likely has exactly 4 spades. Lead the 8 of clubs, and we'll just have a quick count of our tricks. And remember, we're playing match point, so many tricks as we can, that'll be great. We've got 2 clubs off the top. We're probably going to make 2 hearts, 2 diamonds, and 2 spades. So that's 8 tricks, but you've got chances in every suit for 9. You've got potentially the 10 hearts falling or 10 hearts finessing. You've potentially got 9 8 of diamonds falling in diamonds. You've potentially got spades being 3-3 or some sort of club finesse or setting the long clubs up. So they lead the 8 of clubs, and you ask what they're playing, and they play 2nd and 4th. So this doesn't look good. It looks like the clubs are offside. So what are our plans here? Why have they led a short club, maybe? Maybe they've got one or both of the majors that we've indicated on the bidding. So I don't know. Maybe they've led from 10-8 to 4 or something like that. So I can put the 9 in, it will force the queen. So at trick 1, I play the 9 of clubs, 10 ace. Okay, so what we're going to do? Well, we have to knock out both red aces, and the quicker we do that, the more control we have of the hand. If we knock them out early, we can keep our high cards, and potentially there might be some sort of squeeze or end play, as long as we have control of the suits. So what I want to do is try and lose these red suit aces moderately quickly, so that I can then potentially play for as many tricks as I can. So in terms of number of tricks, we start with 8, and we only have 2 definite losers. They're the 2 red aces. So we're going to make somewhere between 8 and 11 tricks, and what we want to try and do is lose these 2 tricks early. So played a heart to trick 2 to the queen, which wins, and I'm now going to play a 2nd heart, and I don't really want a 3rd heart to put me to the guess as to whether finesse the 10 of hearts or not, but this is quite safe, because the first heart to the queen didn't get taken by East's ace. It's likely West has the ace. If you play a 2nd heart to the king and West takes their ace, they can't put you to a heart guess early. You don't really want to have to guess whether you finesse the 10 of hearts or not. You want that to be a last minute option, or you want the option to throw someone in at the end. So I played a 2nd heart to the king and the ace, and West is on lead now. And West leads the 10 of, switches to the 10 of spades. So what's going on? Well, the 10 of hearts has popped up, so I'm up to 9 tricks. I've got the Jack 9 of hearts here. That's going to get me 9 tricks. And how am I going to get the 10th trick? Well, one of the possibilities is spades being 3-3, so potentially maybe I duck the spade and play for spades 3-3. I still need to knock out the ace of diamonds as well. The other possibility is, well, it feels like the clubs are offside based on the 8 of clubs lead, so I don't really want to take a club finesse, because if I play a club up and West shows out, I'm just like, obviously I've set a lot of East's clubs up and it's not great. The potential to maybe end play where East, if they only have clubs left in the end game, just in ducking a club all round might be there as well. So I don't really want to do that. And there might also be some squeeze opportunities. The 4th round of spades and the 4th round of diamonds are threats if spades aren't 3-3 or something like that. So the spade switch is not that welcome. So I elected, and I don't know whether this is right, I elected to duck this. And so basically what I'm trying to do, I've given up on the prospect of making 11 tricks if things are really, really nice. I don't think the queen of clubs is on side. I haven't tested the diamonds, so I don't know whether the 10-9 of diamonds are going to fall. So I've given up on the prospect of 11 tricks, but what I'm trying to do is maximise the prospect of 10 tricks. If you've read up about squeeze plays, what you need to do is rectify the count. So what I'm trying to do is get to the point where I've lost 3 tricks. If I'm trying to squeeze them for 10... what I need to do is lose 3 tricks before I can operate any sort of squeeze, usually. Not always, but usually. So I'm going to duck that. This is the trick I'm going to lose, and I'm going to do that. So now spades are 3-3. I'm going to hopefully make 10 tricks. I'm going to make, and going to knock out the ace of diamonds at some point when I next get the lead, and try and do that. And I need to keep the king of spades to get to my winning diamond. So if they play another spade, I was sort of going to have to take the ace, which sort of ruins any squeeze chance up. But for whatever reason they do, they play another heart. Now, I threw a club from dummy, and we know East played the 10 of hearts on the second heart, so East is short in hearts, and West started with 5 hearts. So it does look like they've led a short club and maybe even a short spade, so it looks like West might have both red suits here. East throws a club. Well, that's a bit weird. Well, maybe they're just keeping club length with dummy, and dummy's got 3 clubs left, so East might have 3 clubs left too. So we win the heart, which is good. We've retained the ace and king of spades. That's our communication. And what we need to do now is knock out the ace of diamonds. We need to make sure that when we try and do some sort of squeeze, if spades aren't 3-3, we want to also kind of try and squeeze someone with 4 spades, potentially. So we just play a diamond to the king, an ace. Okay, that's good. The ace of diamonds is gone. They play a diamond back. Well, they can't play a club, and they might not want to play a spade for whatever reasons. They play a diamond back, and we win the queen. So we've got 4 tricks. And we've got the ace, king of spades, that gets us to 6 tricks. The jack of hearts is 7 tricks. The jack of diamonds is 8 tricks, and the king of clubs is 9 tricks. So we've got 9 tricks, but we haven't got a clear 10th. We have prospect in 3 suits for an extra trick. Spades could be breaking. There's a diamond menace. So diamonds are definitely not good. No one's thrown a diamond away yet. So between the defence, they've got 3 diamonds left, including the 10 and the 9. So the jack 8 of diamonds aren't good. And the potential in clubs as well for some sort of club trick. So when we're trying to key up a finesse, we need to make sure we're playing the squeeze card in such a position where it does catch someone. So what I want to do is I just want to see how the clubs are lying first. I want to make sure that East has the club guard, and in which case I'm going to try and squeeze maybe West in spades and diamonds, or East in clubs and diamonds, or something like that. So it has to be in spades the way the entries work. So it's either going to be someone in spades and clubs, or someone in spades and diamonds, and we don't necessarily know which. So what I do, I play a club up, and West follows. Now, this is very weird, because East has thrown a club, and West has played 8 in another. Has East really come down to queen X of clubs? That seems a bit... Maybe they've come down to a stiff queen. That seems very weird. So, or maybe West has led a weird club from queen 8 fourth. Do I need to take the finesse here? Well, let's think about it this way. It looks like West has shifted to a short spade suit, because when the 10 of spades held, they didn't play another one. So it looks like West has either got 10x or a stiff 10 even. So if West has no short spades, East is guarding spades. And if West has the clubs, West is guarding clubs. And no one can therefore guard the diamonds. So potentially, only one person's guarding diamonds, but potentially, if West has the clubs and East has the spades, I'm going to be able to squeeze someone in one of the suits. So I win the king, and East shows out. So now we now have a complete count of the hand, sort of. We're just going to confirm that. We're going to play a spade to the king. And we now know the complete count of the hand, but our entries are such in a way that we are going to catch someone. We are going to catch someone in the squeeze, and that person's going to be East in this case. So we didn't quite know who it was going to be, but we've retained our ace of spades with our menace. And the hand now, we know West started with a singleton spade and 5 hearts and 4 clubs. So West started with 3 diamonds. That means East is guarding diamonds and spades. We know that for a fact. We've followed everything there. And if East is guarding diamonds and spades, their last 2 cards in spades are the queen and the jack. And the last 2 cards in diamonds, we don't know. It's either going to be 10x, 9x, or 10-9 doubleton. So I'll just show you the whole hand. And we've got to this point here. Just by following now. So if you can see what's going to happen, what we're going to do, this is just an automatic squeeze. Whoever's got spades and diamonds, if it be East or West, is going to get squeezed. We're just going to play the jack of hearts. And what does East throw here? Dummy's jack of clubs is pointless. What does East throw here? If they throw a spade away, I can cash the jack of diamonds, and then North's going to have 2 winning spades. If they throw a diamond away, then immediately I'm going to be able to cash 2 diamonds in my hand, and then the ace of spades is going to be the last trick. At the table, I threw a diamond because they didn't know what my diamonds were. They were playing partner from the jack of diamonds, and they were just retaining the guard they definitely know they need to keep. And I was able to cash the jack and 8 of diamonds and the ace of spades at the end for 10 tricks. So it wasn't a great score. It wasn't a bad score. It wasn't a great score, because obviously you can see that if we go to the start of the hand, that the clubs are right on side all along. If I play ace of clubs, club to the jack, and the 10 falls, I can just force out the queen of clubs, and I'm always making 10 tricks in that case. I'm going to lose 2 aces and the queen of clubs. So there were other ways to make 10 tricks there. The club finesse being on side was, quite easy. But the 8 of clubs at trick 1 put me off. I guessed wrong at trick 1. If I put the jack of clubs in at trick 1, I might be able to squeeze someone in. I might still be able to get this squeeze on East and make 11 tricks, potentially. If I play 3 rounds of clubs first, and maybe East has to guard the 3rd round of spades, not the 4th round of spades, because I won't need to duck a spade then. So there's a chance potentially you can make 11 tricks if you find out to play the jack of clubs at trick 1. But there is a chance when they say 2nd and 4th that the 8 of clubs is from 10-8 4th or something like that, but it's unlikely to be from Queen 8 4th, although it was in this case. So well done, opponent, for making a lead that got me, but I managed to rectify it and guaranteed it. Even though the clubs were on side, I didn't need to take the finesse because I knew I was going to get someone in a squeeze if that was the case. So just finished what might have been, at least individually, my best session of the event. I did punt twice. One of them I got away with, and I'm going to show you in a second because my opponent says I can vlog it. So we got a bit lucky against Jamie T. So shout out to him, Jamie Thompson from Australia, I think. And my partner doesn't know how to use the bridge mate, so I don't know what our rank is. I have no idea. So we'll see in a second. We're just going to float around. I think we're going for food. You have this hand. I can't remember the exact shape, but you've got the Queen of Spades and the King Queen of Diamonds. I think, and you're on lead to. I know you've got the King Queen of Diamonds. You've got about 7 count in the King Queen of Diamonds. Hey, hi Stefan. That's Stefan Skorchev, I think. And the bidding goes a heart on your right, 2 game forcing clubs on your left, which is either balanced or clubs. 2N on your right, which is 17-19 balanced. 6N on your left. What are you leading? Partner will have nothing. Partner might have a jack. And if partner's got the jack of diamonds, you're probably not getting into cash your diamonds anyway. But the risk is that the king of diamonds could allow you to, set up Declara's 12th trick potentially. And Declara's got the jack in dummy, and you lead the king. You've just set up on the 12th trick, so it's really risky to lead the king. So they led a spade, and I'll show you the full hand. I forgot that 2N showed 17-19 and I've got a balanced 13 count, and a spade lead lets me make 12. If they lead a diamond, obviously absolute fish. So that was one of our early boards, and we got 6N tick for just, it's going to be a top, isn't it? Obviously you've misbid, and therefore they've misdefended based on the misbid, and I think it's the correct not to lead the king of diamonds unless you play your opponents to be fish. So thanks Jamie, sorry Jamie, but that was one of our early boards, and it just carried on from there. A couple of times we did things wrong. Gizzy played a winner, they roughed, he forgot to over rough and discarded, but he couldn't make it anyway. So our mistakes were getting us averages or tops. And then we also played very well. We defended extremely well throughout. So, yeah, I'm happy with that. It's a pity that the carryover from today is negligible going into day 3, but the carryover from today will help us qualify tomorrow. So hopefully we don't come back and have an awful session. But yeah. So we were like 5th or 6th, north-south, and 13th overall out of about 260. So really good set. We got lucky, effectively. We punted between us 3 boards. I punted 2, Gizzy punted 1, and the average of those 3 boards was 50%. We got 100%, the one you saw. I got a 0%, and Gizzy's punt didn't cost. It was a complete punt, but it was flat. So he couldn't make it anyway, and he just effectively swapped one loser for another when he just effectively could have over-roughed and didn't. So them's the breaks. Sometimes your mistakes don't cost and you do very well, coupled with good play and things like that, and sometimes your mistakes cost, or you're unlucky and you don't make a mistake and you get a bottom and it's not your fault. So need to find out where I'm sitting. It looks like we're about to start. No one's got any boards yet, so I'll give you one more hand. You pick up king to 4, void, 5 small, king to 4, and it goes a spade on your right, you pass, 2 spades on your left, and partner bids 3 hearts.
Welcome back, everyone. It is game time.
You bid 3 spades on your right, you to bid, while you're avoiding partner suit. You got king to 4 spades, you pass. This goes pass, and partner backs in with 4 diamonds. It's love all. Pass to you. What do you do? So partners bid 3 hearts by themselves and 4 diamonds by themselves. What do you do? Well, I'm going to do this very quickly. I think partners likely to be 6-5 or 5-5 most of the time here. I think when they're something like 0-6-4-3, they would double. So opposite any hand with 5 diamonds, what should you be bidding? Your kings aren't great, but they're well placed. They're over the opening bidder, and it's very likely partner's got no spades. So opposite hand with no spades, you've got no hearts and probably a 10-card diamond fit. I think it's one of those ones where 5 diamonds is probably going to make more than it isn't. And if you don't bid 5 diamonds, you get about 20%. If you bid 5 diamonds, you get about 80%. So although you haven't got much, and you know honours that are working necessarily with partner's hand, just the fact that you've got a 10-card trump fit and no losers in 2 suits should be more than enough to raise to 5, I think. So we've got a 10-minute hospitality break now. We're in the second set. We just played Mextroth and Berkowitz, and in both boards I was declaring, and halfway through the board they go, feels like one more, and I'm like, yeah, feels like one more, and we both know exactly what each other's got, and we just kind of claim without even showing us our hands, so twice. So, I'm like, and then the second one, I'm like, it feels like I'm one off, and Mextroth nods, and they're really, really fast. So we've got 10 minutes to faff about. You hold ace queen to 5, king third, 3 low, jack X. So your first in it favourable. I haven't been doing it much this week, but I opened 2 spades. I've only got 5 of them. I kind of want to do something on this hand. I'm not in our methods. I think 1 spade's just a bit too light. So I opened 2 spades, 5-card spade suit, whatever. Get in there. 2 out of 3 times you'll be preempting them. 1 out of 3 times you'll preempt partner. But if partner moves over this, you've got a 10 count. You can't be. As long as he doesn't expect you to always have 6 spades, it should be fine. So anyway, it goes 3 hearts past 4 hearts, and you're defending 4 hearts, and partner leads the 7 of spades, and dummy goes down with what you can see here. They've got king 10x of spades, 5 hearts of the queen 10-9, jack third diamond, and ace doubleton club, or something like that. And partner leads the 7 of spades, and it goes small from dummy, and you put the queen in, and it holds. What are your thoughts? Well, we're favourable. There's no way partner has got 4 spades here. Partner would have bid. Well, partner's marked with not much, and partner, if they had 4 spades, would have definitely bid 4 spades over this. So your ace of spades is cashing. However, if it transpires that partner's led a doubleton, if partner's led from 7x, you give away the position of your king of hearts. That if you play ace another spade and partner turns it with a doubleton, and then partner doesn't ruff the 3rd spade, that declarer will finesse you for the king of hearts. So what you're trying to do is stop declarer finessing you for the king of hearts. So I won the queen of spades, and at trick 2 I played the 9 of diamonds, and what I'm trying to do is look like a man with a singleton diamond, trying to then make declarer just bash out ace and another heart to stop the ruff potentially. Obviously, if I do have a singleton diamond and the declarer tries to take a heart finesse and loses to my partner stiff king, they can give me a ruff, and so on. So, although declarer got it right, declarer was able to read the fact that I could have easily given a spade ruff and didn't. So, there are situations where it's less clear from the declarer's point of view. So you need to be careful about not showing that partners void trump sometimes. And declarer crossed the ace of clubs and was able to take the heart finesse and played 3 rounds of hearts and then exited in a club. But Gizzy ran that round to my jack. I was able to then cash the ace of spades and play a 2nd diamond, so that Gizzy didn't have any prospect of being end played to lead away from the queen of diamonds. So Gizzy did well to play low, but I retained my ace of spades. So even if declarer does eliminate things, because I've retained my ace of spades, partner's still got a spade left. So even if partner does get thrown in for whatever reason, if declarer plays 1 more trump and partner maybe comes down to king queen of clubs, they would have been able to exit with a spade, and I was able to play a 2nd diamond through. So the partner at the end of the hand said well done for making sure he didn't get end play, but that wasn't the reason I switched to a diamond at trick 2. I switched to a diamond to try and make declarer not take the heart finesse that it was pretty obvious to take, I think. So this is the whole, well, not quite the whole field. You can see just how many people have entered this blue ribbon event. Now, this end of the room, some of that end of the room is playing the 0 to 6,000 blue ribbon pairs. That's basically 0 to 6,000 master points, and I think that's a 2-day event, but people over there qualifying for that. And then from about here onwards, all of these tables here are blue ribbon pairs. So there's about, I think there's 267 pairs, and 130 qualify for tomorrow. and then 64 qualify for the final. So it roughly halves each time. Realistically, I think we're going to qualify for tomorrow, but what we want to do is qualify with the biggest carryover we can, just to make the qualifying on the second day as easy as possible. But yeah, this just reminds me of my first few times in Brighton, just how many tables the way you just get dwarfed by just the number of people in here. And what they can do in these big American hotels is that those screens there will kind of fall down, and then the same at the other end as well as some screens over there, and they can extend the room. So early when we played in the Life Master pairs, it went to about here, and so we had the Life Master pairs, and it always feels full. Whatever room you're in, it always feels moderately full. There might be a few empty tables or a few empty rows, but generally they kind of scale it up well. So yeah, so you get to 3-0 trumps on the following hand. You are the south hand. And just for Steve's memory, so he knows which hand he's talking about, the south hand is Ace, King, Queen of Spades, King 10, 9 to 4 hearts, King, Queen, X of diamonds, and Ace, Jack, 10 of clubs. So you open 2 clubs, 2 diamonds, 2 entering, 22, 23. Partner checks for 4 card majors, you show 4 hearts, and partner signs off in 3 ends. So the defence know you've got 4 hearts, the defence knows partner's got 4 spades. So at trick 1 they lead a diamond. So what are we doing? So you've only got this one Ace of Diamonds definite entry to dummy. So we need to use that at some point to take a finesse, just to try and generate some tricks. So if you count your tricks at the start, you can force 2 club tricks. You've got 3 spades is 5. You've got 3 diamonds is 8, and you can force some heart tricks as well, but you know, you've got to force some clubs and some heart tricks, so you generally want to be taking finesses so you don't have to lose the lead and they can attack diamonds. So if you take the Ace of Diamonds to trick 1, you need to decide which finesse to take, whether you're taking the heart finesse or the club finesse. So I decided to take the club finesse on the main basis that I'm looking at dummy's heart pips, and I think I can force a heart entry back to dummy. So if you play a club to the jack, see whether it holds or not. The advantage is if it loses, you might have, if you need it, the Queen of clubs as an entry. Maybe the jack of spades falls when you play 3 rounds of spades, and you might be able to overtake your club and cash a spade and maybe take a heart finesse or something later if you wanted to do that. So I played a club to the jack for various reasons, whether that be right or wrong I don't know, and it held. So the jack of clubs held. So if I ever get to dummy again, I know I can take another club finesse, and that'll get me 3 club tricks, and that might get me to 11. And I'm looking at the heart pips. I've only got the ace and the queen to lose. So what I'm trying to do is lose the ace and the queen in such a way that I get the jack or the 8 of hearts as an entry to dummy. And if you play a small heart towards the jack, they might take the queen, whoever's got it. If you small towards the 8 and jack, so if you play small 8 queen, they can always duck, potentially, if the ace of hearts is on your right, they can always duck the ace of hearts when you play the king of hearts or a small heart or something. They can always stop you getting there. What if the queen of hearts is on your right? Well, they're always going to take the first hearts. They're never ducking that. So when the ace of hearts is on your left, you're fine. You can always get to dummy, probably. And when the ace of hearts is on your right, they could duck it. But what you can do is, anyone ever really going to duck the queen on the first heart? Are they really? So what I think you should do is play the 10 of hearts from your hand, and now you've got the 8 and the jack for them. If they take the queen, you've got the 8 and the jack to force another entry to dummy. So let's say you play the 10 of hearts and left-hand opponent or right-hand opponent wins the queen. If it goes 10 small, are they really ducking with ace queen or just the queen? I don't think they are. So if you play the 10 of hearts, left-hand opponent takes the queen, and now you've got a 2 of hearts to the 8, and if they take that, you've got the 10 of hearts, the 9 of hearts to the jack. So you've got 2 ways to overtake and finish in dummy, and they can't duck both of them. They can't stop you getting there for both of them. So 10 of hearts queen, small, they play a diamond. You then play the 2 of hearts to the 8. If that holds, you take another club finesse. If they take that, you've got the 9 of hearts to the jack to take your other club finesse. And your aim's to make 11 tricks. Good, eh? I didn't do that. I spotted it slightly too late. I knew I could force a heart entry dummy if the ace of hearts on my left. I didn't consider whether I could do it if the ace of hearts on my right, and I played the 2 of hearts on the first heart, So I played 2, they took the queen, and then when I win the next diamond, I tried the 10 of hearts, and that went small, small, small. The person on my right is a good player, he ducked it smoothly, and I can't get to dummy to repeat the club finesse. The king of clubs wasn't double turn, so I only made 10, so that feels like a mistake. Well, it is a mistake, so that's a punt counter, 1 for Steve. So we made it through. It's a bit of a grind. Gizzy's starting to feel the effects of the cold, and he ended up playing, I don't know, 9-10 hands. He played quite a few. Played quite a few quite well, actually. Given how, he looks fatigued, don't you?
You tell me. Jesus.
Yeah, so we had a good day today, and obviously the pressure's off. Once you have a 59% session first, you can even drop as low as like 42% in the second set and still qualify. So I'm just getting some hand records now. I need those for when I do the hands on the screen at the end and things like that. So yeah, we had a good day. I'm just going to go and chill. I imagine you're going to get an early night tonight and sleep it off and something. Okay. Yeah, you're going to need a full night's sleep, I think. So yeah, so there's going to be another hand coming. I can't remember what it was or what I'm going to do, so I'm just going to go back, and you'll have just seen that. So I'm going to film that hand now, and I'm going to put it ahead of this one. So tomorrow we're in the second day of the Blue Ribbons, a 3-day event, and if we make it to the last day, it's on screens, and that'll be a really good event. That'll probably be the highest level of bridge we play the whole week if we can get to that. So that's our aim. I'm starting to feel better. I've still got a cough, but in terms of my fatigue, I'm not as fatigued as I have been all week, so that's good. We're going to check how Filthy did and how Dan did and how other people did. I'm going to guess, based on Filthy's thumbs down, that they did not qualify, which is a shame. But we're probably heading back to the flat now. And we have an escape room game to have a go at, so we might have a go at that tonight with a beer or two, depending on how Gizzy feels. So I'll see you tomorrow for another Atlanta. It's Atlanta, baby. Day 6 is tomorrow, and there will be more and more hands to come.